There are so many interesting, horrifying, or downright weird things in this big world of ours.
Each week, we'll bring you a new true crime story that has little to no coverage in English.
Let us do the translations so you don't have to.
I'm Victoria.
I'm Laura.
I'm Petra, and this is the podcast Translation Murder. So this time it's my turn to tell you about an interesting case from Finland. And I can already spoil you by telling this is not actually a murder case. But I still wanted to introduce it as it's a bit peculiar for Finland. This is actually a case of kidnapping, which is not very common in Finland, as many might know. So it's the year 2009, May, in Helsinki. The 26-year-old woman who is from the famous family Herlin. I don't know if you know who are the Herlins in Finland.
No, I don't.
I don't either.
What's their
So
industry? Yeah.
Well, if I say Kone, does that tell
Ah,
anything?
yes.
I just thought their
So
last name
Kone,
would be Kone in my mind. I'm just like, okay, the elevators are from the
The
last name
machine
of Kone.
family.
Machine family, yeah.
no, I think the machine comes from the fact that they are machines.
Damn
Like
it.
Kone means machine in Finnish. So anyone, our listeners, I think there's lots of elevators around the world that are made by Kone, but that just means machine in Finnish.
Because I always got
Which
like
is-
a bit. Isn't there like Schindler also elevators? So I always just thought it was like a last name. So it was like the Kone family this whole time. So thanks for ruining that, Petra.
Sorry.
Ah.
Yeah, but apparently, like, I don't know, this is not relevant to the case at all, but Strömberg is the original company that built Kone. But Herlins just bought it from Strömberg in 1920s. So that's why it's not named by them or anything.
Ah, okay, that makes sense.
But yeah, also they own, I think, like they're famous also from owning lots of shares of Helsingin Sanomat, which is the biggest newspaper in Finland. And they are the richest family of Finland, like the absolutely richest family of Finland. But they're
And
also
also, like,
famous of funding science and all kind of nice good things.
yeah, that's what I was
Yeah,
about
the
to say. Like Kone and Satya are like
Kone
what is
Foundation.
Satya? Foundation, that's the word, yes.
Foundation, yes.
Uh you know. Basically I had some of the PhD research at least funded through Kone and Satya. So yeah.
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 That's a
Yeah,
very
that's also
common pattern,
the
I think.
yeah, that's also the one thing I know them for the most, that they give funding for research.
Yeah, yeah. And like when they appear in any media, they kind of have this voice of wanting to contribute to the society and so on. But anyway, they are the richest. And this is a kidnapping of a member of this family, a 26-year-old Minna, lives in Dölö in Helsinki in 2009. And one day she gets doorbell or like door what is it that's downstairs? That's not like your
Intercom or something.
intercom. Yeah. And
Is that what it is, Laura? Confirm it, please.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
so there's a guy who pretends that they're a courier carrier, like that they have a package for her. And of course, you're like, okay, coming. And they come to her door. And when she opens the door, this guy will use ether, like this chemical, and some kind of electric shock, like probably the ones that, for example, police might sometimes use to calm people down.
So basically immobilized her with the stun gun and then gave her the ether, so then she
stun
kind
gun,
of
stays immobilized.
Yeah.
And this guy indeed had a package with him, a big wooden box, but it was not meant for her. Or, I mean, it was meant for her. He would put her into the wooden box.
What the fuck?
Yes. And carry her down to the car. So I would guess that if neighbors saw this, they would be like, okay, there's some kind of male guy carrying a wooden box. Oh, well, that's a big one.
Wow.
And
I'm just imagining this wooden box, like how awkward it would be. Like, I mean, okay, stuffing someone inside. How big is Minna? And like, so many questions. What are the dimensions? I want to know.
Yeah, I mean,
about the dimensions of the wooden box, but I guess something you can put a woman into. I mean, yeah, I don't know about her size, but still a human being.
Yeah, but if you get like furniture delivered or something,
Yeah.
it's not like uncommon that someone would bring a bigger box.
Yeah, like 2
And I'm
meters.
also thinking, yeah, but I'm also thinking like in those old apartments, especially like in Töle, I'm imagining she's living in a nice ass kind of, Art Nouveau building in Töle somewhere, and they don't have an elevator. So I'm just
Or they
imagining
do, but it's usually
do.
tiny.
Yes, it's too
tiny,
small for the
tiny.
box. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yes, you actually got into the funny part of this. That was the thing, that he did not take that into account, and the box didn't fit into the elevator, so
Oh
he
my
had
God.
to use the nokkakarru, wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
Is that
No,
the right
it's
word in English?
oh fuck, what is it?
Like that you would use in stairs to
Yeah,
to
no. I
carry.
know the word. I know the word. We use this.
Yeah, I have just memo that says wheelbarrow, but apparently it wasn't wheelbarrow.
No, that's not it. Oh fuck.
Is
what
it the
the word
thing
I'm
that
looking
has
for?
the 3 wheels and then you can kind of pull it up the stairs?
It's like usually
yeah. I
two.
think-
Yeah, either 2 or 3. Yeah. Fuck. What is it called? Okay. This is really annoying.
Well, anyway, I guess people understand what
Wait,
we
but
mean.
we can can't we just Google this?
Yes.
Is it hand truck? No.
You can call them that, but there's another word that I know that we. Fucking hell. This is embarrassing.
Yeah, I only find these 2 things as well. Hand truck and wheelbarrow. But I mean, it's not a wheelbarrow.
I was just so happy with the wheelbarrow.
And cart.
Dolly. We call it a dolly in the States.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
Fuck. Yeah, we call
I
it a
believe
dolly.
you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
okay. Yes.
Okay, so this guy had to use a dolly to carry the wooden box because it wouldn't fit into the elevator. So, anyway, that was how the kidnapping happened. And when I read this, I got really afraid of, opening the door to the male guys. But, well, then again, I am not part of the Herling family, so maybe it's fine. So, this guy takes her to Turku by car in the wooden box. And there he has prepared this like cell in the living room, and it's made out of plywood and this fiber wool that will kind of that will prevent any noise from getting out.
Mm-hmm.
But also it makes it really hot because it's also used for keeping the heat in.
Mm-hmm. Like
And
rock wool, or
is it rock wool?
I don't know. I think maybe that's just one type of it. But basically,
Mineral
this kind
wool.
of
Insulation,
What?
basically.
Yeah, just this
Yeah.
insulation material. Yeah.
So she's kept in this kind of, well, not a box, but like a cell made of this plywood and mineral wool, and it's only 110 centimeters high, so an adult can't really stand there, so she can only sit or lay, and there's like a bucket for doing what you need to do, and a television, and also the kidnapper delivers her the daily newspaper for reading.
Oh. Why?
I guess like to keep her, sane. And
Do we
all
know
she can,
yet?
Yeah.
Do we know yet if this person has like a omakotitalo, or is it like in a
no, it's
kerrostalo?
kerrostalo, so it's a
Oh, okay.
Apartment building.
apartment building. Yes, it's in the part of the city called Pohjola. I'm not familiar with Turku at all, but anyway, it's part of Turku. And well, I can already tell that apparently he had bought this apartment without telling his family. And yes, he does have a family. So it is quite likely that he bought this apartment just for this. So this is where she's kidnapped on the 27th. And her mother, who is at the time her mother is the chairman of the Kone Foundation. So anyway, that's who she is. And she starts to wonder where, of course, she's an adult daughter, so you don't maybe talk with them every day. But in a couple of days, she starts to wonder, like, why can't she reach her? So on 13th May, the family reports this to police that there's a missing person. And already next day, the parents start to receive English messages that are requesting ransom of millions of euros.
So let me get the
basically,
timeline
yeah.
correct then. So she goes missing on the 27th. He abducts her on the 27th of May. And then the parents file the report on the 30th of May.
Yeah. So there's like 3 days.
Okay. Good that you
Yeah.
clarified, because I thought,
Which kind of makes sense, like if someone is living independently, you don't
like a few days.
worry one day,
Normal.
Yeah.
like, okay, maybe they forgot their phone or whatever.
So how do these ransom letters arrive? Through mail or phone calls or
Email.
email?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So this is
Interesting.
2009.
Email to whom?
The parents. I don't know
Like,
if
is
it's
it
for
through?
both parents.
Yeah, I'm just also wondering if it's like through the like here Kone chancellor chairman, at kone.com or whatever, like this type of like is it being sent through the company emails, I guess, like to the mother and father, or like is it public information?
Yeah, I mean you can find them probably on the website.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But they were written in English. And I'm not sure, like in some source I also found that there were letters that, because it said they were written with computer,
Mm.
which of course would be the fact if you write an email, but this sounds like they were also letters. But anyway,
I
they
wonder
were
what
written.
the
Yeah,
I wonder what the grammar, like if it was correct grammar or if it's like, I don't know. Does it say anything about the use of English and whether it was actually
I
yeah.
also wondered that, but it didn't say anything specific, except it was written in English. But of course, like you can write it in English and not be English speaker, like
Yeah, yeah,
a
yeah. But
criminal
I was just
from
thinking, is
another
it
country.
a typical like Finnish person, even like even if you're very, how do you say, like even if you're very proficient in Finnish, there's still some peculiarities of a native Finnish speaker when they're trying to write English. You know, the
Yeah,
articles are usually taken out, or like
Mhm.
is for instance usually not added to things where they should be.
yeah,
Is one thing. Even if you're super proficient, you have like C2 level, but yet there's these little tiny details that kind of
yeah. I
allude to
think
the fact that they're not a native
there,
speaker.
yeah, I think there has been some cases like the Vastaamo case where the guy, hacked the private information of people
Yeah.
and tried to sell that. That is currently in the court. But that was something that they were like quite in the beginning, like this is a Finnish person writing English. Like they could
Mm.
tell. And I think in some cases they have even used like special linguists to
Yeah.
do that analysis. That would be such a
Yeah.
dream job.
Yeah, that would be super cool. Like that would be yeah. Yes. I agree.
But the thing was that at some point this guy Stats also sent like he sends photos of the daughter, like hi, she's alive, kind of, that have the daily newspaper in
Yeah.
her hands,
Mhm.
I was
so
about to
you can
say
check the
it had
date.
to be. It had to be the
Yeah.
stereotypical
Yeah,
like
of course.
But the funny thing was that it was just like Iltalehti, Ilta-Sanomat, like the Finnish
mm,
evening paper. So they were like, okay, this guy doesn't seem to be, in a foreign country. Like he was saying that I have kidnapped your daughter and taken her abroad.
oh
Okay. Yeah.
no.
And then he's like, but she's posing with a Finnish newspaper.
I mean,
So pretty amateur.
technically, I mean, what about it like in Spain where there's like super big portions of Finnish people? Do they have the Ilta-Sanomat and Iltalehti there print or like shipped there immediately for the Finns in those
I
areas, I wonder?
remember I remember when I went to Tenerife with my grandparents. It wasn't that, like maybe 2004, and they would get the newspaper, but it was always the next day.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
like one day late.
Okay.
But
'Cause
anyway,
then
that's kind of
yeah.
limits the location to these
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Yeah.
countries where I don't know,
You
a
could
lot of
get
Finnish
Finnish
people
news.
go on
Yeah.
vacation. Yeah.
I mean, maybe
Um,
Sweden and Estonia, you could get it
mm,
immediately.
yeah, yeah. But I don't know, like I felt I don't know, with these like newspaper things, it kind of reminds me of this Israel Keys case. Did you ever hear about this, Victoria or Petra?
Which
The
case?
what? Which case? Can you repeat that?
Israel Keys. It was a U.S. case. This
Mm,
basically this serial killer.
can't recall.
Okay, yeah. So basically, he was
Um,
in Alaska, and he ended up abducting this girl from a coffee stand, and he also posed her with the newspapers to get a ransom, but he had killed her, and then okay, like a bit graphic, but he I think kept her eyes open with like sewed them open and whatever, and made her look alive, and then
Mhm.
propped her up with the newspaper and showed the sign of life, but she wasn't alive in any of those photos. So I'm always like
Okay.
with these instances of these newspapers, they're like posing with the newspaper. I just feel like it's kind of easy to fake. I don't know, at least in my
Yeah.
mind.
And I mean, nowadays with Photoshop or something,
with
it's
Yeah.
and
even
with
easier.
AI, yeah, deep fakes thing, deep fake face, whatever. Mm.
Yeah, but I don't know this case, so I'm gonna look into that.
It's pretty fucked up. Like the worst type of serial
Yeah,
killer. The
yeah,
worst
I
type of
can.
serial killer.
Mm.
Like he's everywhere, and you don't even know how many victims he had because, okay, I won't ruin it for you, but it's very, very fascinating case. But yeah.
Well, as I spoiled, this is not a murder case, so
Oh yeah, fuck, I forgot.
so
Okay,
she is
that's a
alive.
relief.
I think
Okay,
she is still alive.
okay, cool.
4th of June, the police starts the big investigation organization to look into this. It was called Operaatio Ullakko, so Operation Attic. Maybe they thought she's in an attic. Who knows?
Mhm.
And it was very big, and the police thought that even though there was the Finnish newspapers, they still thought that there is that there is a foreign criminal organization behind this.
Mhm.
Like, okay, they might be in Finland actually, but it must be something big. But very well, they did not leak this to the public at all. Like this became public only after everything was finished. So that's something we can give our points to the police force. Yeah, and of course the kidnapper says that for the family that please do not contact the police. So the police had to be very discreet, and police used their checking, for example, internet and phone connections, like where the messages came from. For example, they found where the prepaid had been bought, and then they found it was in Turku, so pretty fast they would figure out that, okay, Turku seems to be the place that is somehow connected. And he was using just random Wi-Fi connections around to send the emails, apparently.
Okay.
One was his mother's Wi-Fi, so that's the first time his name popped up. But of course, then police would ask the mother, like, okay, what's up? And the mother is like, I haven't sent any emails. And they would actually call the son, like, hi, have you sent any weird emails from your mom's Wi-Fi? And he's like, nope. And they were like, okay, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I guess if it was, even if it's not a public Wi-Fi, people can, you know, use it, other people than just the
Yeah.
family members. But still, it
Yeah.
kind of limits the location.
Yeah. So they had indeed limited it to Turku. And yeah, meanwhile, the police was doing their investigation and figuring out that it seems to be Turku. The family was collecting the money, which was 8 million euros, which is
Wow,
lots
that's
of
a lot.
money. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, as I said, they are the richest family of Finland. And it was only the 12th of June, so pretty soon, that they were able to provide 8 million euros as ransom. They were all cash, and it was over 30 kilos of weight.
Jesus.
Yeah. And then they, of course, tell the kidnapper that we have the money. And the kidnapper asked them to bring it in Turku. Surprise, surprise.
This
In-
guy's not
in-
really good in my mind.
Yeah.
Like, he has so many blunders. It's like, holy fuck.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there was some kind of inner yard of a building where he asked them to be brought. And of course, police has done their work well, so the guy does not know that police is actually following him, and they are hiding there, like under the stairs of the inner yard, and they see that a guy comes there with a bicycle, and the bicycle has what is it, like a trailer
Like ones that you keep your
attached to
kids
it.
in? Like,
Yeah, I'm not sure what kind of trailer, but yeah. But something that could take 30 kilos. So he puts the money to the trailer, and they let him leave because he still has the victim, of course. If the police now attacked him, they couldn't be sure what happens to the kidnapped daughter.
But do they at
yeah.
least follow him? Hopefully.
Yeah, I think they kind of followed him from very far away. And apparently all of the money did not fit into the trailer. So there was one plastic bag full of money, and he had to kind of put it on the the hand part of the bicycle where you would keep your hands. Sometimes, people put their stacks, handlebars. And when he got all of them and left the inner yard, he would go near to this parking hall where apparently he had a car waiting him. But somehow the back got a bit stuck to the bicycle's tire, and some of the money just was dropped in the parking hall. But he panicked a little, and he just went and didn't take them, and then he went to the car and left. And of course, people passing there in the parking hall were like, what? Why is there huge? Because they were big money, like, you found 10 500 euro paper money. You're like, okay, this is not normal.
Yeah, of course.
It's always like, do I take this or not?
Yeah,
Is somebody be after me if I take this, or is this like a game? Always in my mind, I would probably, if I was in the situation, am I on a game show? Is this some mobster's money? Are they coming after me, or is this actually like legit? Like, there's 3 options, and it's usually
But
not
what
going
would
to
be
be
the
legit.
legit option? Like, people
I don't know.
I don't know. But then also, you should probably also, if you find money, I never understand, like, okay, where am I supposed to take it? Am I supposed to take it to the cops and like, yeah, I found this money, but then also it would be nice to have, 5,000 euros of, like, it's yeah.
Well, I mean, of course, if you find like 10 euros or something, that's fine.
I think it's like, I read somewhere that if you find over 50 euros, you should take it to the police.
Ah, okay.
Really? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know, like, yeah.
Okay, now I won't have a moral quandary. I'll just take it to the police if it's over 50 euros.
Well, what if you find 200, then can you keep 50 and then take 150 to the police?
I mean,
I don't know.
I don't know.
That was a joke. Okay.
Oh, okay. I didn't take it as such. I was like, well, technically, I guess. Shit. We're good people, we swear.
Anyway, this parking hall people were like, this is really weird, so they would contact the police, but the police still had to pretend that they know nothing about this case, so they're just like, we don't know. That's weird. So yeah. And in the meantime, they're actually looking at the security camera footage, like what happened there. And one thing that they could confirm was that there was no other people involved. Like, the guy had just parked a car there and would go to the car.
That's what I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
That was there like
there
a
was no
getaway
one
driver?
waiting. Yeah, no. So that was like very important information they could confirm from the parking hall footage. Why would he park it to the parking hall? Well, anyway, I don't think this guy was very professional in this whole kidnapping thing.
Yeah, there are signs. Yeah. There are signs of that.
Yeah, but he did go to the toilet that was somewhere like in the upper floors of the parking hall to change his clothes. I don't know what that would help, but that's what he did.
I mean, it's like there's certain signs like that he thought about certain aspects, but he obviously didn't spend enough time thinking about it, changing the clothes. Okay, that would be important if indeed you got seen by some cops or whatever. Okay, change that. But then even like the bike with the trailer, did you have a distinguished bike or like a distinguishable bike where it's, they could trace that back, or I don't know, just so many fucking things. And of course he had to have known that the cops were looking, right? I just
Seems like he watched some, like, I don't know, like crime movies or something, and kind of prepared from those, but didn't actually.
Yeah.
He felt like, well, I've watched these, so now I know what to do, and then used like the newspaper thing, and then parked the car and then got into the car and changed his clothes, but then, didn't think of the Wi-Fi as an issue.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, well, when he got into his car, he would take the money in 13 different places around the forest or wherever, in different places. And then he would take the kidnapped woman to Vahto in Rusko, that is 30 minutes from Turku by car. And then he sent a message, like the coordinates, to the family that you can find your daughter there. And it was a little bit after midnight, 13th of June, that she was found there without any physical injuries. So, as said, this was not a murder case. She was alive and in a good condition. Taken into account that she had just spent 17 days in this little cell, and she did lose 6 kilos of weight because I don't know what he gave food. But yeah, I mean, that must have been pretty traumatizing.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
It's kind of weird that, that she was just let go.
But I mean,
guess.
I guess this guy just did want the money.
Yeah, but I mean, of course,
hurt someone.
did you find anything about this, like whether she could see him? Because usually I think
Oh
the
yeah,
issue is that the victim could identify the kidnapper if they are not, murdered.
yeah. The thing was that all the time when he would have any contact with her, like open the cell and give food or anything, he would have this like ski mask and ski glasses, so you couldn't identify his face. That, but yeah. So there were these parts what he did think, but not enough. So the same evening that she was safely found from the forest, police would go to the apartment where the kidnapper was. The thing was that they somehow the tele-information, they could contact that a van, like a car that was that they could connect to the guy, and then they check one of the prepaid that they had deemed that this is the criminal's prepaid, would then activate the moment he sent the message to the family. So they're like, okay, that's it. And then they found that the car they thought that was suspicious was owned by this guy. And then they also realized, okay, it was the same guy that had used his mom's Wi-Fi and claimed
Which was not suspicious enough before that.
Yeah. Like, definitely use your mom's Wi-Fi. Yeah, and they found him sleeping in the same cell where the kidnapped daughter had been.
What?
I don't know why he
Why?
would be sleeping in there.
That's so fucking weird.
Was he like hiding there? I don't think that would make
I
sense
don't
though, because
know.
it's,
Maybe he was just, I don't know.
Oh, that actually looks cozy with the TV and everything. Why
You
not?
found picture? Yeah.
No, I did, but I meant like maybe that's what he thought.
Oh, yeah.
That is
Like,
that is
if you can
actually
get out there, why not? Yeah.
Or maybe he was having a moral issue, and then he's like, okay, she was there for, how many days? 17, right? Days.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then, oh, what did she go through? So then he spent one night in there just to see. But I think that's giving him too much credit. But yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and apparently in the apartment, police was able to find all kind of things related to the kidnapping, and also a suitcase that had €500,000 in it. So it was a pretty clear case at this point. And yeah, then they investigated, and this was a guy living in Turku, 44-year-old Juha Petri Ilmari Louhi. At the time, his surname was Turunen. So Juha Turunen, the name that people knew him. And he had acted alone. Unlike the police had thought, he was working in the University of Turku, and he was a licentiate in law, so he had a degree in law.
Wow.
He had worked as a lawyer in KPMG, and anyway, like seemed pretty, someone who has done fine with his life.
Mm-hmm.
He had
Yeah.
3 children. He had even been in as a candidate in the municipal elections of Turku.
Hmm.
And apparently, without his wife knowing, he had bought the apartment where he had hit the kidnapped victim.
This is really weird. Because
It
it
is.
sounds like he did have money, like he could buy this apartment.
Yeah. And
Like,
Yeah.
what was the idea here? Was it like a fantasy thing in a way? Or was it really just about the money? But it's not like he was poor, I guess.
Yeah, it's really like first he would just tell really lies that Russian criminals had made him, blackmailed him to kidnap a rich Finnish
Wow.
person. But then after a while he would say like, yeah, that was just bullshit. I acted alone. Maybe he tried to still kind of get out of it. I love this criminals who get this random foreign like, yeah, it was the German Huns who made me do it.
Yeah,
It was
exactly.
I mean,
You
I don't
keep
love
choosing
them. I-
cases like that, Petra. Yeah.
But yeah, then it wasn't very clear what the motives were. Like apparently he did have some financial problems. He did have issues in his marriage. He had depression. But still, like this all sound a bit too little for a kidnapping.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, it sounds like it was like, even though it was not like a genius plan, it was still a plan. Like he had to get
Yeah.
the box, go from Turku to Helsinki,
Yeah.
just kind of plan out this whole act of pretending to be a delivery person. And then, I don't know, it's just
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
weird. I don't know what he, yeah.
Yeah. Police could kind of confirm that he had started to plan it at least from the beginning of the year. So at least a couple of
Okay.
months before. And he had some other candidates for kidnapping.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask that, like,
victim.
why her?
Yeah. Apparently it's just because of the, I don't know, money. It wasn't stated. Like I mean, money was of course the point, but like, why this person? Apparently, he had considered also the aunt of the kidnapped victim and so on. But maybe he didn't know where she lives or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't really stated anywhere. So yeah, in 2010, he got 9 years in prison from the court.
Oh, so he's out now.
Yes.
Listening to this podcast.
Oh God, yeah. Don't try to. Okay, yeah.
Don't.
Everybody
open
was
the
a
door.
bit. Yeah. Don't make him angry. I don't know.
Yeah.
Everyone keeps
We don't
telling
have
me
money.
like, watch out
Don't
what you say. Yeah. We don't have money.
Well, I can just tell that I'm not rich. I don't have much money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God. We didn't mean any mean comments against you, sir. We swear. You're probably a really smart guy. Yeah.
He has to be, right? Like, I don't know. It's just so many mixed messages in this story.
Right? That's what I mean. Like, he went to an extent, but he didn't go the full. Like, he didn't go all the way with the planning. He just kind of.
Yeah, no. He started planning this at the beginning of the year, but maybe he could have put in like a few extra months of planning. I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably best that he didn't, of course, because then
Yeah.
she was found.
Oh, and one interesting detail I forgot to mention was that police got even like cooperation from the army, that they would use this like this where a person is not inside. Ranger range tactical UAV system. So like what you would use in maybe war to check around the area, like it takes just pictures downwards. Like to
Is it like
take
something aerial vehicle,
aerial
like
pictures.
What does the U stand for? Is it unmanned
Like a
aerial
drone?
vehicle?
Yeah. That is the UAV.
basically,
Yeah. So they would check that to I don't know, find where he has been. I didn't really understand what was the part they used this for, but they thought
I mean,
that
you
if
can
there
usually
was like
check
a
to see if there's.
helicopter.
Yeah, I mean, you can
Yeah.
usually check to see if there's like any heat signatures. I mean, depending on the technology back then, but I mean, you can check lots of things: aerial photography and heat signatures and whatnot. So if you see someone in a forest or whatever, maybe, or yeah,
I guess they were like kind of trying to search for her with this, and then they
yeah.
thought that if there was like helicopters going around, that would
Mm,
scare the kidnapper.
Hmm.
yeah.
So this was pretty big, like the whole operation. Then a couple of funny facts in the end, was that there was actually
Even more.
yeah, there was two false suspects when they went to the place where the money was supposed to be given. There was a Romanian guy who had this haitari, accordion,
Haitari. Oh, fuck yes. Sorry. Yes. Yes. Accordion. Yes.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
accordion. So there was a Romanian guy with an accordion waiting in a car near the place where the money was supposed to be given. So they were like, maybe that's the guy. And then he would go just to the square to play his accordion. I mean, you must have seen Romanian guys playing accordion, like in front of stations, and just like a street player. You play a
Yeah.
Yeah.
instrument there and hope that people would give you some coins. And he's just like, yeah, I'm a regular, street entertainer. But the police were like, oh, this guy is suspicious. And then they would actually put a couple of their police officers to follow this guy. And then, this was an original place where the money was supposed to be given, but then it kind of changed and he was again there. And they're just like, okay, what is this Romanian accordion player? But in the end, they could find nothing that would connect this guy to this case. So he just happened to be there.
Wow. What are the chances? I mean,
Yeah.
good it wasn't in the States because then he probably would have been tried and convicted for the crime that he didn't do. But yeah, based off of also,
Yep.
some racial profiling and stuff too. So
Sure, but wasn't it
Yeah.
pretty clear that he was not the guy who took the money, but the other guy took the money?
yeah. But he still
Yep.
could have been in cahoots or something with him,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what they were thinking.
Then there was another guy from like a Balkan carpenter. His wife's surname was same surname as a kidnapper who had just been released in Sweden, who had also put his victim into a wooden box. Also, this guy is a carpenter.
Oh,
And
yeah.
when there was time when the money was supposed to be given, and then this guy appeared there, and they were like, "Oh, maybe this is the guy." The good thing for this Balkan carpenter was that he was there to just get a package meant for him. So he had a message in his phone, and there was some kind of post office near there where he actually did get a package.
Okay.
I don't even know why would you suspect him because his wife's surname is the same or something, but I guess like they had some kind of suspect list at this point and he was in it. And then he appears in the same area. But yeah.
Yeah,
was-
I was like,
Oh,
how
so
did they know
interesting. Yeah.
what's the wife's surname before looking into this guy, or what came first? Was he there in
I
the
guess
area
they
and
had
then
I think they probably had already like some kind of list that who could be behind this. Yeah, that's it. Nobody died.
but
That's
that's
good.
good. Yeah.
Nice refresher of a story.
Very confusing still. Like,
Mm,
yeah. Not that it matters, but like, yeah, the motivation, like how how did this idea come for the
Yeah.
guy, for the kidnapper? Because it's not like
Yeah.
you just decide one day that I should kidnap someone and get like 8 million euros.
Yeah. And like what did he think he would do with the 8 million euros? Did he think he will never get caught and he can just be happy with the 8 million? I don't know.
Do you think it's so that at the court he didn't give any explanation, or it's just not something that's public?
At least I couldn't find any, like, what he would have said. Also, he didn't help the police to find the money. That was stated. So the police still had to find all the places where he had hidden the money. Which is interesting. This sounds like he still hopes that, okay, maybe I get sentenced and then they don't find the money and I will go and take the money after I get released from the prison.
Yeah, and then who knows, maybe he could have gotten like a reduced sentence for being cooperative, which he wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks for bringing this case to us, Petra.
Yeah, this was
I
a
had
happy
never heard of
version
it.
of the...
No, me neither.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Like,
yeah, it's fairly famous because it's
yeah.
it's a weird case.
Yeah, it is. And
Yeah.
that's understandable that it's famous, but I also haven't heard about it.
Next week, I guess I'll be bringing you guys also another kind of Finnish story too. And I don't know if it's famous or not, because it involves Tallinn, or Estonia,
Oh.
Finland, and Russia a little bit, and also Germany a
Oh.
little bit too. So you can kind of guess
Oh.
the timeline. Does anybody want to guess the year?
No.
But yeah. Okay. Well, it's the early
91.
1900s, so 1970. No,
Uh-huh.
1917, 1918-ish time period.
Okay.
So yeah, it involves foreign relations and stuff between Finland and Estonia, and yeah. Yes,
Oh, that
that's
sounds
my clue for
interesting.
next week. Okay, so any other things we need to say at the end of this? I'm kind of rusty at this moment. Fuck,
I
it's
don't
been a
think
couple
we.
weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am sorry for my rusty performance of today. I have been on a holiday.
Oh, I think
I mean,
that's.
like for the
Yeah.
people, it's only been 2 weeks, but for us, it's been
Yes.
a month or something.
I
So
think it's
yeah,
been
Yes.
more than a month.
more than a
Probably
month.
more.
Yeah, shit. But yeah, please follow us on Instagram. See the hints for next week and the episode pictures for this week's episode that Petra just shared. And yeah, send us an email, translationmurderpodcast@gmail.com. Do we need to say don't send dick pics?
Yes. Just don't.
Okay.
Don't send them.
Just don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what you
Okay,
shouldn't
cool.
do.
And what you should do is rate us with 5 stars. Okay, on wherever you're listening to this podcast. So yeah, thank you. Hei parolla.
I'll see you next week.
Bye.